quiet.
It's because we're going live. He hasn't said we're live yet.
We're live. We're live now.
Oh.
It's up. It's running.
I feel we're undead, actually.
So,
Yes.
so
The Geek Easy is taped in front of a dead studio audience.
brains.
Now you gotta bear with me, folks. I had to reinstall Windows, so if anything screws up, it's my fault.
I think it's more Microsoft's fault because
Thank you, Uncle Bill.
Reinstall brains.
Please wait for update error.
I can't even use the hill. You know this wouldn't happen if Steve Jobs was still alive.
404 brain not found.
But what are we gonna talk about aside from Star Wars today?
Net
Star Wars?
neutrality?
Yeah, net neutrality.
Patreon.
Disney making it a possible announcement tomorrow about them acquiring Fox.
Oh yes, I forgot. About that.
Yes.
Warner Brothers and their new layout and the new movies that are coming out. They redid it. And with the acquisition of Fox, which I am 99% sure is already a done deal, they're just waiting to announce it.
Well, there's still the regulatory side of things.
Yeah. But
I get the feeling it was a done deal for a while now.
I don't think so. But we can get into that after.
We could. Let's do the credits. Let's make sure that works. I don't know if anything's going to work.
Probably good.
Oh,
And,
no.
In a minute and 11 seconds, we'll be right back.
Podcast is intended for mature audiences. The opinions expressed do not reflect this station or any affiliated partners. Listener discretion is advised.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Geek Easy.
Just talking? Well, what's the show about? It's about nothing.
Well, that worked.
Yeah, it's playing just fine here on the Twitch.
It's all good. It's all good.
Mhm.
Hey, before we go anywhere, I know I put this up there on the Facebook chat, but the guys listening, everybody listening, can't hear that. If Ben Affleck does leave Warner Brothers and does leave the the DC films, I know there's been talk of John Hamm and Jake Gyllenhaal and a few other people taking up the mantle. Carl Urban needs to play Batman.
Yes.
I'm going to have to mock him up as Batman just to see.
Could be interesting.
Yes.
Just so you could hear him do in his dread voice, "I am the law."
No, he wouldn't say that.
I am justice.
He is vengeance.
So, big news. Regal Cinemas is now serving Cheetos popcorn.
Really?
That's big news.
A Regal near me serves a whole menu.
Really?
Yeah, there's ones out there that do full dine-in.
Yeah, you can get like food. You can get like steak.
Good grief.
I don't know if they have beer yet.
Some do.
The place I went to was AMC.
They have
outside of Chicago, and it had beer and really damn good burgers.
the AMC in Disney's City Walk has two entrances. One entrance for regular theater, and then there's another entrance that is the restaurant theater, where you go in and you actually have to have reservations and everything.
Yeah.
Well, it is Disney City Walk.
I know when I was stationed in El Paso, the new Cinemark out there, I think it was Cinemark, had full on rest with a seat area.
See, I'm just thrilled that our local mom and pop theater still uses real butter on the popcorn.
See,
Instead of oil.
I thought the new theater here in Wilmington was gonna like have a really fancy dining experience because it's a really nice chain, but because they built it in like this new complex with a bunch of new restaurants, I think they were forced to sign a contract saying they wouldn't do that. So they just have regular theater stuff.
Well, now the Regal here, when they revamped, they upped their ticket prices by I think $1. Now they've got stadium seating with the nice chairs, fold back chairs, and all that. Excuse me while I sneeze. And let's see, there is now they added a menu. You can get like steak and chicken, and they have incredible pub pretzels with a honey mustard sauce that's to die for.
Honey mustard?
And you know, they also, because it's Regal, they accept Movie Pass.
Yes, they do.
So you'd actually only be out, not for the ticket, you'd just be out for the meal.
Yeah, my wife and I were looking into Movie Pass. She goes, with the amount of movies you go and see in a year, I was like, yeah, I do. I mean, come summertime, I'd be like loving it.
Yeah, actually,
Ba-da-da-da-da.
if you both wanted, you both would have to have Movie Pass.
Yes, I know.
Eat one each, but still.
And she's like,
Apparently,
then we
by
just
all
have to buy
accounts,
tickets for the kids when we take them every once in a while.
Now, there's a thought. What if a McDonald's attached themselves to a movie theater? Oh, my God.
no, wouldn't want it.
Nope.
I wouldn't
Movies.
want it because I would, OD on their tea.
Oh, yeah.
So
Sweet tea.
much sugar. Y'all want some sweet tea?
Sweet tea.
Anyway,
What
That's
I do
iced
is
tea
I
for the rest of
go
the world.
for a half a cup of the lemonade and then a half a cup of the unsweet tea, and you've got yourself an Arnold
Swamp
Palmer.
juice.
No, Arnold Palmer, they're called.
Swamp juice.
I know what he's talking about.
I know what an
Oh,
Arnold Palmer is, but just because
yeah.
just because some famous golfer likes to use it, doesn't mean that's what we have to call it.
Well, anyway,
Anyway.
the Movie Pass thing, I got a couple buds here who have it, and they said that there doesn't seem to be any limits to how you use it. If you want to see the same film, apparently you can keep seeing the same film.
That rocks.
It's just, I think it's a one a day deal.
That's fine with me.
So you see Star Wars, tomorrow. You can see it Friday with the same thing,
Yes.
I guess. So there's definitely good things. I'm seriously considering getting it.
Yeah, me too.
I'm going to have to wait a week.
What, to see Star Wars?
Yeah.
Why?
Well, apparently we didn't get on the troop quick enough. The list is full, and so
Oh.
we couldn't join the troop. And,
Well then, next week's show is not for you.
so I can't afford it right now. We're kind of tight because Christmas and presents and all that, and my daughter's birthday was today, so that tapped us pretty good.
Yes, I can understand that. It's just not in the budget.
So gotta wait. God dang it!
Yeah, well, you know what? It's ridiculous to take a family of 5 to the movies. In tickets alone is close to $70.
Oh, and with all the goodies and stuff, yeah,
You're dropping
in
100,
for-
150 easy.
Yeah, at least.
Excuse
Yeah.
my heart attack.
I'm lucky. My wife doesn't I can't remember the last time she went to the movies with me.
Well, I know right now we have pretty hellacious storm. Well, not storm, but it's snowing really good right now. And
Same here.
I told my wife, I was like, I don't care if there's a blizzard.
No.
Nope.
What
we're
is
going
this?
to see Star Wars.
What is this snow you speak of?
I don't know. Ask the people in Georgia.
That's the people in everywhere else but most of the Midwest. It's just circling around us. I'm like, I'm waiting. It's going to hit us.
You
We
guys
didn't-
haven't had it.
We didn't get any
Not
here
yet.
in Wilmington.
We've had flurries, and that's about it.
Well,
Nice.
here it's the fluffy stuff, and it's been blowing sideways all day today. I had to make a drive out to the Opera House to work on sets for their winter production, their Christmas production, and it usually takes me anywhere from 20 to 30 minutes. It took me 45, almost 50 minutes to get to the theater because of the conditions.
Oh my! How have we never listed Batman Returns as one of the best Christmas movies?
Batman
Because it's
Returns,
not.
Die Hard 1 and 2,
Die
Home
Hard is the
Alone.
better one.
I didn't say it was the best.
No.
I said one
We
of
watched
the
we
best.
watched Die Hard the other night. It was the first
Batman
time.
Returns is such a subtle smack in the face to the comic book genre, but it is a well-made movie. A lot of people don't realize that Tim Burton didn't want to do it, and when Tim Burton wrote it, he wrote it like a Tim Burton movie, which is why a lot of people are like, "Oh, it's so dark and dreary," and he wrote Tim Burton. But there are little nods here and there to like, "Yep, didn't want to do this, didn't want this." I mean, that's why there was such an outrage towards. I can't believe McDonald's was part of that, and it was such a dark movie, and kids shouldn't watch it. And I don't know. I still watch it today, and I'm like,
well, he does stuff dynamite down a guy's pants.
Yeah. I mean, it's just a dark film, but it's it's a great Christmas movie. Right up there with Die Hard. I think Die Hard is the better.
Still cracks me up that Burton was set to do a Superman movie. Holy crap.
I really wish I got photos of that in Pittsburgh when he was scouting. My ex-girlfriend and I were driving by, can't remember the name of the road. We had just left my apartment. And I came to a stoplight, and then there's a whole crowd of people standing at a triangle in the middle of the intersection. It's like one of those weird 5-way intersections, so it had a triangle in the middle of it with a couple of lights on it. And there's this whole crowd of people and a camera, and I'm like, what the heck are they doing? And we drove by slowly, and right in the middle of it all was Tim Burton. I was like, holy crap, and then it hit me what he was doing. He was scouting locations for Superman. And then it fell through. But I wish I had a photograph of it.
For everything I've ever read about that movie, it wasn't even going to really be a Superman movie.
No. It had Nicolas Cage, man.
Yeah, it was just awful. If you've seen the documentary about it, oh my God.
You don't say.
I've just listened to Kevin Smith talk about it enough to know how bad it was going to be.
Mm. Speaking of Kevin Smith, we're going to go into the Justice League thing real quick, because this is one of the bigger news pieces that I've heard, or rumors that are floating around, that we're going to get the extended cut of Justice League. Problem is, it's going to be Joss Whedon's extended cut, not Zack Snyder's. But according to a lot of people, the guy who shot the film, the whatchamacallit, director of photography, said that they shot scenes where Superman was wearing the black suit and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Even though Joss Whedon denied it, the guy who shot the film said, "Oh yeah, we got enough movie to make it we got enough footage to make a 4-hour film." But let's hope, fingers crossed, that we at least get a more cohesive story. Not that it was a bad movie. I mean, again, everybody's out there hating on it. I actually enjoyed it.
Right, but their biggest Achilles heel was that 2-hour time limit.
Yep.
Oh my God, this Nerdist article is absolutely terrible.
That's why I don't read the Nerdist.
What's it about?
9 actors play Batman if Ben Affleck leaves, and it is just bizarre.
Carl Urban in the list anywhere?
No.
That's stupid right there.
It's got people like Cole Sprouse, Michelle Pfeiffer.
What?
Josh Hutcherson.
Wait.
Ruth Negga.
What?
What?
Yeah.
Okay, Ruth Negga is gorgeous, but no, not as Batman.
What?
Josh Hutcherson is just, oh God.
He has no neck.
He's tiny also.
It's like somebody just planted his head on his shoulders.
Tom Cruise is actually kind of tiny too, if you think about it.
Tom Cruise is tiny.
Yeah, but Tom Cruise is also not playing Batman.
Why don't we get the guy that plays Raj on Big Bang Theory to play him? I mean, come on.
Let's see, they got John Cho on the list.
There's only a couple on here that I can really agree. Like Joseph Gordon-Levitt, I can get because of his portrayal in the Nolan ones.
Maybe.
I'm surprised they didn't put Benedict on here.
Keanu Reeves, I can't agree with, especially after how he's done with John Wick.
Right.
The one that I'm iffy on, simply because, well, of who Bruce Wayne has always been is, and I'm not even going to try and pronounce his last name, but I think his first name is Chiwetel.
Chiwetel Ejiofor.
He has the acting chops to do it, but Bruce Wayne's always been a white guy.
Oh, let's not walk down that road.
I know
Oh,
it's
you know.
a thing. I mean, I'd be okay with it, but everybody and their mother would be up in arms.
Yeah,
No, but if we're going,
people
if
would
we're
lose
going,
their
to,
crap, man.
if we're going to cast someone from the MCU, a person of color to be Batman, we all know who it should be.
Yep.
Idris Elba?
Yes.
Yep. Yes.
He's too old.
Actually,
Can we just, at this point, just have Idris Elba play everything that Benedict
Yeah.
Cumberbatch
Yeah.
isn't
Let's do
playing?
that. Yeah. Let's just do that.
so
But
basically,
like every movie, just be Benedict Cumberbatch and Idris Elba because that's what we're going.
And Samuel L.
Elba's-
Jackson in the
Elba's
background for good measure.
45. He's younger than Affleck, isn't he?
Yeah, he is.
Affleck is my age.
so
And-
are you saying that you want to have?
And as
It's
they
not
say,
Khan. It's not
and as
Khan.
they
It's
say,
Khan.
black.
Affleck is also 45.
And as they say, black don't crack. I mean, he could play Batman for quite a long time. He could play Bond for quite a long time.
Yeah, I wish I knew what was in the genes.
Well, usually the butt, the legs, thighs.
Oh dear Lord!
Very.
No,
very-
I had a
very
friend
lucky
who I had
people.
no idea he was 20 years older than I was.
I know, right?
I
mean,
was like, wait a second. I was 20. He was almost 40. He was in his 40. I was like, you're 41? He's like, yeah. I was like, no. He looked 20.
Okay,
black
I
don't
was-
crack.
I was not aware that they were looking at DiCaprio to play the Joker. At least in September they were.
They're looking at. Wait, back up. Who?
DiCaprio.
No.
Oh my God, no!
I would have thought he'd been on the list for Batman.
The Riddler, maybe.
No.
I never saw the Riddler as a formidable opponent, though, ever.
No, that's why they revamped him in the comics. He became a pretty formidable foe.
Yeah, but I'm talking
And
about.
then he also became a pretty good anti-hero.
Yeah,
to
at one
be-
point he was the second best detective in Gotham.
I don't know. The guy they got playing him on Gotham does a really good job as Edward Nygma.
We all know it should be Chris O'Donnell as the new Batman.
Oh, how about that cliffhanger on Gotham? That was pretty good.
Did not watch it.
Oh,
I'm so behind.
It was a nice little cliffhanger at the end. It was unexpected, put it that way. It wasn't until the last couple seconds I went, ah ha ha.
Before we get
Screen Rant's article is automatically better because even though they listed him low, they listed him at 15. Carl Urban is on the list.
Nice.
Let's see, it's Carl Urban, Matt Bomer, Wes Bentley, Richard Armitage, Jason Clark, Anson Mount, Michael C. Hall, Kyle Chandler, no, Colin Farrell,
Nope.
Eric Bana,
Michael
hell
C.
no.
Hall, that's an interesting idea.
Keanu Reeves, Michael Fassbender, John Hamm, Luke Evans, honorable mention to Christian Bale, and their number one is Jake Gyllenhaal.
John Hamm has the size for it, but for me, it'd be like putting George Clooney in the mask.
Yeah.
why don't we just put Kevin Conroy in the job? He's already got the voice.
Because Kevin Conroy looks like a saddlebag with eyes at this point.
See, to me,
What,
he's
supposed
not
to be an older
wrong.
Batman.
to my eye, Clooney kind of had the cut to his jib that Batman
yeah.
should have. Definitely.
He
Luke-
looked the part. He just wasn't.
And he looked the part, and he had that gravitas that the character should have, but this is what happens when you get someone that's right for the part and they're handed the wrong frickin' script.
Luke Evans was the Archer in the Hobbit movies, right?
Yes. Carl Urban.
Well, anyway,
Now, speaking of DC, are there any rumors going around? Because I haven't seen any, but you guys are better healed than I am. But are there any rumors going around about what other Justice League members we might see possibly? I mean,
Just the Green Lantern.
Just
Those
the
kind
way-
of-
no Martian Manhunter, no Hawk people whatsoever.
not yet.
They very
Damn
strongly hinted at Green Lantern anyway, so
Yes,
Well,
the
yeah,
Green
they did.
Lantern is the only official, and that's not till like 2020.
I love the Martian Manhunter, and I just keep hoping, you know.
So before we get too far along, we
Yeah.
got Firefly in our Twitch chat, who's also brought up some news that we
Hey,
didn't think
Firefly.
about. Yes, our one consistent listener. Thank God we got one.
Yes.
Woo.
There can
Anyway.
be only one.
Spread the word.
Wait, are you saying that Firefly is just in the chat, just Highlandering it up in there?
Well, you've
Depends.
seen
Is there
that he
Queen
likes
playing
to
in the
use melee
background?
weapons in STO.
Well, that's true.
No, seriously, is there Queen playing in the background?
Show us your
I can make it play
Here
in
we
the
are, born to be kings.
We're the princes of the universe.
You know,
Calm down, dear Starscream.
I wouldn't put it past Firefly. Anyway, his thing was that Ubisoft had a rather surprising bit of cross-pollination in the offing.
Yep.
Specifically, all that rumbling in the jungle, among other places, in Ghost Recon Wildlands has attracted the attention of a certain big game hunter. The one that we're thinking of would be the one who may take your skull, as a trophy, because
Really?
he is the predator.
Really?
Yep.
It's coming out
Oh
tomorrow.
my.
You'll be able to. Will you be the hunted or the hunter? A couple of things you'll be able to unlock are the predator's helmet and the wrist blades, which gives you a unique, lethal takedown animation.
You are one ugly mother.
What the hell are you?
There's
So-
another franchise that's going to be owned by Disney if they sign that deal.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
right.
we should probably cover that, actually. Let me quickly
Do you know
pull
what
that
this
up.
means?
Bring that up. Bring that up.
Okay,
Do
I
you
got it
know
here.
what that means, though?
It means that the aliens will be all over Disney World.
No.
Oh, great. The
Yeah.
aliens are we're gonna
it
have
means
a queen
Boba
alien.
Fett versus Predator.
Oh,
Oh,
giggity, giggity, oh.
squeeze.
Giggity, giggity, giggity.
Or
So-
it means that all of the princesses are going to be impregnated with aliens, and then we have more
Casper,
princesses.
And then it gets messy. Yeah.
It gets very messy.
Oh.
Anyway,
Alistair, here's a Batman possible suggested replacement you could probably get behind. Jensen Ackles.
Eh.
for the love of God, man, we've already moved on.
Oh, please.
Catch
No, please stop.
Anyways,
Yeah, we do need to move on because I got two news stories I want to talk about.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
So-
anyways,
Comcast had apparently been in negotiations first,
Yes.
which I didn't know about that. But they were in negotiations to buy, stuff from Fox, specifically 20th Century Fox and 20th Century Fox Television. Well, they dropped out of negotiations this past Monday, apparently. So there's a good chance that we may be getting an announcement tomorrow about Disney saying, we're going to buy it.
It was reported that they dropped out on Monday.
Yeah, according to CNBC.
Yes.
And CNBC, I would say, considering that financial stuff is their thing, it's probably legit.
yeah, I trust CNBC more with their financial hooks than I would with any of the other networks, but that's beside the point.
But yeah, the idea apparently is going to be like about a $60 billion deal
Good grief.
to acquire much of 21st Century Fox's assets, including its film and television production studios.
So I thought the TV studios were off the table.
no,
on that
this-
deal.
there's more.
the
Are
news
off the
network,
table.
the news network, and the local affiliates are off the table.
Yeah, some of the channels, the TV studios,
Right.
that's a different beast. So the 20th Century Fox Television, which includes Blue Sky Studios, FX Productions, and Fox Searchlight, FX Networks, and National Geographic channels. That's basically what they're saying they would get ownership of. Plus, they would acquire Fox's interest in Hulu, which basically means they'd have a controlling stake in that service, with Time Warner and Comcast holding the rest. And
But they're not going to bother with Fox News or Fox Business.
No.
Nope, Fox keeps
So
that.
the
Right.
Orville would become
Disney.
under Disney.
Yes.
That's
But
good
yeah.
because Disney likes to market things.
But yes,
they
Jim,
do, and they're good at it.
from my understanding, the reason why Disney can't acquire the news networks is because they already own ABC.
They're not even interested in the news networks from
Yeah.
most of the articles I read.
Well, even if they were, they couldn't legally because they already have.
They have ABC.
Yeah, they have ABC.
Yeah, the antitrust guys would say, no, you definitely can't do that.
No, I believe ABC is why they can't buy Fox, the station, not the news station.
They can't have the networks, the TV networks themselves.
I want to go ahead and put this out there since I know we're not going to really talk Star Wars much. This is not a spoiler.
It's a spoiler.
There is no post-credit scene, but stay till the end of the credits.
No, that's actually everybody saying that. It's not a spoiler, but you have to stay. Oh, and something that I'm not going to spoil it, but I'm going to tell you right now, if you have any chance or someone says, hey, take a listen to this, and it happens to be anything from the Last Jedi soundtrack, don't do it. Go in blind. I'm telling you, don't do it.
I'm still thinking of, I really don't have the money, but I'm still thinking of going to see it tomorrow.
How much do you need? I'll talk to you after the show.
Okay.
I'll make it happen.
So, before I have to make a vanishing act.
He is Space Ninja.
Yes, I'm Space Ninja. Who's looking forward to Deadpool in a Pokemon film?
Get out.
Just leave.
Detective Pikachu is this thing that's been going around for a while, and Ryan Reynolds is voicing Pikachu.
Yes, I know. And there's so much wrong with that, it's not even funny.
Yeah, I'm not even going to discuss
I'm waiting for the fan art of Detective Pikachu walking around in his detective outfit and with the name tag from Blade, hello, my name is fuck you, and there you go. It's your audiences.
With special guest star Samuel L. Jackson.
If they don't have Samuel L. Jackson in the movie, I'll be very upset.
Well, Sam Jackson is a big anime fan.
Sam Jackson is a disgruntled Bulbasaur.
Hey, if we can have a rated R Star Trek film, we can have a rated R Pokemon film.
Vine Whip, mother, do you use it?
I've been stuck in that ball.
According from Firefly, from last, the Disney execs were drawing straws. The loser has to tell Vasquez from the Alien series that she is now technically a Disney princess.
And so is what's his name?
His name?
His name. What's his name? Hudson.
Why are we saying Hudson is a Disney princess?
Hudson's now a Disney princess.
Now, if they do acquire the rights, and that does mean they have them in the X-Men, who is going to tell Hank McCoy that he can't be Beast anymore?
Why?
They already have that covered.
Oh, that's true. It'd be Marvel's Beast.
And
that's how they get away with it with other things.
And apparently Hugh Jackman has basically said the claws are hung up for good.
I thought he said if Disney bought it, he'd come back.
He did. He's already come out and said that no, he's done. But my response to that was, wait until you see the mouse's money bags.
And then be like, on second thought.
Okay.
And the fact that you'll be able to do a fastball special.
Remember, he also said that before Logan.
He also said he would definitely do it though for Hulk versus Wolverine.
So this is why I'm very curious whether or not this deal has been on the table a lot longer than is being reported, kind of like the Lucasfilm deal was.
Well, for $60 billion? Oh my god.
And again, because it's such a huge amount of money, and the way, I mean, they did the same thing with Lucasfilm. They bought Lucasfilm for an ungodly amount of money.
$4 billion.
The announcement was just a formality. Everything else had already been done. So when they came out and they showed everybody signing the paperwork, that was just a formality. It was done for the cameras, and all of that had been done beforehand. So even though I know it's never going to happen, I would love to see Hugh Jackman just appear in Infinity War. Just because. 63 characters on screen is what Scarlett Johansson said. 35 of them at one time. And I'm trying to think, when you count them all up, there are not 35 MCU characters right now.
Not right now, no.
And are you counting also with the TV shows?
The TV show guys have already said they're not in it. All of them have come out and said no. The Netflix, the producer of the Netflix show said nope. And I'm 99%
Unless they're lying.
sure.
Not con.
What about
Unless
the
they're lying.
Runaways, guys?
Possibly. But I mean, it's 35. I'm trying to think. 35. But there's 63 Marvel characters. Now,
I know there's a
that's-
Pepper Potts rumor.
Yes, there's not. That's not saying that this isn't ancillary characters and secondaries and all those guys are in the background, because there are other characters. But when you're thinking 35 I would guess superhero characters.
Let's see. We can't get the Warriors 3.
Nope, they did.
We could get
Spoiler alert. Sorry,
what's her name?
Sif.
Sif.
Not that we've seen her.
but she is alive. She
For
was
now.
off doing her own deal, dude.
We don't
I
know
wonder
what
if
she's doing.
I wonder if she'll show up in the current season of Agents of Shield. I mean, she is technically immortal.
She is an Asgardian. They do travel through space.
My guess is it's like there's a whole group from the Initiative, the Avengers Initiative from the training center.
Possibly. But I mean, it's when I hear things like that, and then this whole deal with the Fox deal, and all that, it's like 35 characters. I mean, there's a
What if
lot.
they're keeping it quiet? And on one, we are going to see some of the Fox Marvel characters, but also because the Reality Stone's involved, we could see characters that probably aren't going to appear again or
True.
for a while. Like we could see Miles
Batman and
Morales,
Superman.
That would be interesting. The
Oh my
Reality
god,
Stone.
that would be epic.
Henry Cavill, what are you doing here?
And why do you have a mustache?
Mustache.
You know. I really hope they wrote that into Deadpool 2. They go back in there. I think they already finished shooting it, but they can go back and do a couple of pickup shots where he mentions a mustache, or at least has one on.
Hi. Oh, I'm sorry. They haven't digitally removed my mustache yet.
Yes.
And he does like a hand wipe.
Yes. And all of a sudden, there's a mouth. Oh, yeah. This Disney Fox deal is just it is like just soaked in geeky stuff.
Would they let Abomination out of his jail in Alaska to fight Thanos?
Probably.
We took care of that in fanfiction.
So we could see Abomination.
And they didn't say it was just heroes. I mean, there could be like the Red Skull could show up. I mean, there could be a whole lot of characters that we have no idea are even in the movie. Because Marvel is pretty good at keeping things a secret, unless you give something to Tom. God, why can't I think of his name?
Hiddleston?
No, the other one, Spider-Man.
See, the worst part is, at least Tank went in the right direction. For some reason, you said Tom, and the first thing that entered my head was Bombadil.
Bombadil.
We could see Star Fox, I guess.
I'd like to see Nova.
I want to see She-Hulk.
We're not going to get a She-Hulk. I would like to as well, because I think that we could, they could be some good storytelling done with it, and they could have fun with it. But they're not going to do it.
Well, we might not see She-Hulk
Now.
in this movie, but we could see a foundation for it. For example, Thanos does something with the Infinity Gauntlets that causes some of the gamma radiation in a certain big angry green guy to hit a woman.
Well, they've already set up the foundation. They just haven't done another Hulk film.
Nope.
They literally set it up.
Supposedly, we've already seen Amadeus Cho in the one Hulk movie. One of those two nerdy guys was supposed to be Amadeus Cho.
He wasn't even created yet, was he?
Yeah, he was.
Oh.
He's been around a while.
I didn't realize that.
Him becoming Hulk was like not his first appearance. He's been
Okay.
He's been like the modern Rick Jones, being a bunch of different people's sidekicks for
Dick
a
Jones,
while.
Dick Jones.
How did they set up She-Hulk? What did I miss?
In the Hulk movie, all the blood.
Yeah, that's basically the setup right there, because we already know that she becomes She-Hulk through a blood transfusion, because that was the only way to save her life.
Well, if we're bringing back that movie into the Marvel canon, then we could see the leader also.
There's no bringing it is.
It is canon.
But I'm saying they're acknowledging it beyond. Like if they bring back
If
Abomination,
they're acknowledging it beyond, last time I was in New York, I kind of broke Manhattan.
then we could see the leader as well.
Well, we hadn't seen him yet.
Well, we did at the end of the movie when the blood dripped down and his head
Sure.
fell back in.
Sure, we saw that, but we haven't seen what happened to that, what became of that. There's been a lot that's gone down since.
Maybe we'll get Angar the Screamer again.
Oh, dear Lord.
Screams like a pterodactyl.
Well, we'll find out in
Did they ever?
6
I
months.
can't remember. Did anything happen to Absorbing Man in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.?
Yeah.
I forget, so...
He did.
Okay.
Pretty
Reality
sure.
Stone!
Yeah, reality, time. He's going to have the universe at his fingertips. No pun intended.
Seriously. Now, when they say characters, that doesn't just mean heroes. That
It
could
doesn't
also
mean heroes, but I mean, there's 63 from the last count I read.
All the versions of Stan Lee, that adds up right there.
That'd be funny.
Now, what I want to know is they're going to stick with parts of the fact that the Soul Stone can only be used with someone with a purity of soul.
Captain America.
I mean, we're probably going to see Adam Warlock.
Because that was something that was actually... I watched all of the cutscenes and stuff for the actual story for Ultimate, the last Marvel vs. Capcom game.
No.
And that was something that played into it. Is only someone who had a pure soul could touch the Soul Stone. So when Dante pretended to betray everybody and gave it to Ultron Sigma, because Ultron Sigma doesn't have a soul, and if he did, it would be pure, it tore him apart.
Is that the reason why Vision can hold it and it doesn't kill him?
That's not the Soul Stone, though.
I thought the yellow one was the Soul Stone.
That's the Mind Stone.
Mind Stone, that's right.
Soul Stone, we don't actually know where it is.
We haven't seen it yet.
I know one of the rumors is that Tony accidentally created an artificial Infinity Stone.
Wait a second. What was the one from Thor: The Dark World?
That was the Reality Stone.
Okay.
The Ether is the Reality Stone?
Mm-hmm. The Tesseract is the Space Stone. Vision has the Mind Stone. The purple one is the Power Stone.
Green one's the Time Stone.
Mm-hmm.
That's the one that is in the Eye of Agamotto.
And then the orange one in the MCU is the Soul Stone. And it is, as of yet, unknown.
So, we already know that Vision's going to get his head torn up. We know that Doctor Strange is going to lose the eye.
But the question is, without that stone, would Vision still have powers?
Right.
Well, he wouldn't have the ability to fire the beam from his head, obviously.
Because in a lot of the comics, he still has powers, but he doesn't actually have that stone in his head.
Yeah, the body should still work, just he wouldn't have the additional abilities. Also, Creel's not dead. My bad.
Dead?
He's a bodyguard for Talbot. I forgot about that.
Well, that might be the initial MacGuffin then, is that final stone.
Maybe Black Panther will reveal the Soul Stone?
Maybe.
Maybe. It is the last one before.
That would make sense, I think.
Or we'll find out that Captain Marvel has it and has no idea.
Do you think we'll see her in the film?
She's supposed to appear at some point, isn't she?
I don't know.
It's just like we all just like, huh.
Her.
Huh.
Okay,
Just a quick
she's
note.
not going to be in part 1, but supposedly it'll be in part 4 or part 2. I mean,
Part 4.
Part 4? My God, man, you're crazy.
Oh, way to go, Gwyneth Paltrow.
She
Yes.
just gave it away.
Supposedly she gave something away. Yeah.
What? What'd she do?
She posted a picture of herself, Robert Downey Jr., and what's his name?
Oh, what's his name? That clarifies it.
I can't remember his name at the top of my head.
oh, I thought she gave it away with the picture of her in the mocap suit.
I didn't see that.
Thank me.
Link me.
Thank me. I must see this.
Link me, Seymour.
I just
Well then.
watched that the other day.
So, what does that mean? We think we're gonna get rescue?
Yep. Holy, Woody Harrelson's all over the place. He got cast in the Venom movie.
Marvel won't reveal the title for Avengers 4 because it's a spoiler. They'll
I've been
probably
saying
reveal it
that
at the.
for a while.
They'll probably reveal it at the end of the credits.
It's the search for Spock.
It's gonna be Avengers 4: The Search for Phil Coulson.
No, Avengers 4, we can't afford to keep paying these people, so you're getting all new actors.
Avengers 4: The
Avengers 4.
Phantom Reset.
It's a magical place.
Okay, what's with the groovy looking leggings?
That's
Those
the
are- that's
mocap.
That's a
suit.
mocap suit.
Okay, but
They don't.
why?
They don't. Well, Pepper Potts kind of, sort of, occasionally in the comics and some of the television series puts on a suit of armor and gets called Rescue.
And she
And-
wears the Iron Man armor in 3.
Yes. And Iron Man's
okay.
armor is 95% CG. It has been since the second film. It was a lot of CG in the first one, but there were more practical suits in the first film. Where now it's just I think he just wears the outside of the mask and the shoulders. And everything else is digital. So how's that for some really good CG? Because a lot of times you can't tell.
Wow. Well, I don't think it's a big spoiler. I mean, they're making it sound like, the entire plot's been released by this one photograph. I love these misleading headlines that make you think, oh, God, something huge. And you read it, you go, yeah, and? Big deal.
Got a question. When did we see the first trailer for Rogue One?
Hey.
I have no idea.
I'm trying to remember. Because I know we're not going to see a trailer for Solo for quite some time because it was basically reshot.
Yeah.
Just curious as to when.
Huh. Apparently, Benicio del Toro was hanging around in Atlanta when they were shooting Infinity War. So, he might be in it.
So, who wants to know the names of the next 6 episodes of Discovery? Because that's something that was announced today.
Well, I saw a clip where Thanos has his foot on the collector's chest and he's asking him about that stone.
Oh, okay. Did you? I hadn't seen that yet.
Yeah,
I haven't seen that.
Yeah, you don't really see Thanos. You just see him from the knees down, and you can hear him saying, "Where is it?" And the Guardians are creeping up on the whole situation. Very funny because
Supposedly, Valkyrie's been confirmed to be.
because no one's listening to Star-Lord's hand motion orders. He puts his fist in the air like, "Okay, everyone stop," and they keep going. He's like, "Guys, hand in the air. That means stop." So they're sticking with the whole style of humor and everything, which is just great.
I did not know this. this goes into the Marvel Fox deal or the Disney Fox deal.
Yeah.
The Fantastic Four. The one family that, or the one IP that everybody has been really hoping that Marvel can get their hands on,
It's not
might not actually be part of the deal.
Oh, please God, yes.
It might not be part of the deal because Fox and a production company called Constantine collectively own the rights, the cinematic rights to the Fantastic Four. While Fox has distributed the films, Constantine or Tin, I think it's Constantine, have perpetual. Let's see. Under the agreement they have perpetual rights to make Fantastic Four movies, expiring only if more than 7 years elapses without an active production on a new film.
Well,
that means Marvel won't officially get the rights back until 2022.
All Fox has to do is sign over their rights to distribute. At which point, because they have the right to distribute, Disney could then refuse to distribute any films.
True.
Yeah, but depending on how the contract is written, that could then allow Constantine to take the film other places.
Well, we'll see. But somehow I highly doubt that this tiny little company that I didn't even know existed, and I'm sure is not going to
face
take
off
on.
with the mouse.
They probably got the rights from Corman somehow or something.
No, they were the ones who hired Corbin. They've owned it since like the early 90s.
Oh, weird.
They hired Roger Corman. They hired him
Corman,
to make the movie.
Yeah. I mean, the last one, I'd rather watch the Corman version. You know? That last swing and a miss was. It makes me want to watch the Corman version just to get. Oh, you want to watch it out of morbid curiosity? Okay.
Well, I know there's a petition out there that if this does go through, they want it released. People have been like, "Hey, release this the way it's supposed to be seen." I'd watch it, it is so bad it's good, but.
Well, the best parts, the parts that made me laugh the hardest are the facts where Dr. Doom is talking and they never did the ADR for Doom, so everything is.
Yes. The dude had no way to emote. He had no idea how he was going to emote through this mask, so it was all done with his hands.
Yeah.
Oh my God, it really is. It's like watching some kind of sick pervert half the time, just grabbing and groping people.
Yeah, it's like some bad Japanese production at that point.
Oh, it's so
terrible.
Dun 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 dun.
Speaking of Marvel,
yes.
Apparently, a Golden Age comics artist named Fran Hopper has passed away as of November 29th at the age of 95. She originally had worked, let's see, with... Hang on, I'm doing a quick rundown here. Iger Studio, which was initially, Eisner and Iger Studio.
And?
I'm still going through it. Hang on. Let's see. When Eisner left, that's when let's see. Ruth Roche had done some work for Eisner and Iger, and when Eisner left, she took on more writing responsibilities. I'm still trying to see where does she come into the play here. Okay. Oh, God damn it, CBR, go away. I can't read it when you're blocking me. Yeah, I can't finish it now.
Yeah, some of these sites are getting aggressive.
It's the premium networks part.
The ad block stuff.
Anti-ad block. Disable ad blocker. No, I'm not going to disable it.
We'll disable ad blocker when people start actually vetting their ads.
Okay, here we go. Fiction House was the one that Fran Hopper came on with, and they were tied to Iger Studios, and Fiction House was home of the popular jungle hero Sheena, Queen of the Jungle, which, as I recall, became the She-Devil. So yeah, she had a pretty long career. And that was back in like 1942.
Jeez.
So yeah, she'd done a lot of stuff. I would have been able to tell you more, but the stupid ad blocker thing was being. So
Yeah,
it's sad, but I mean, 95 years, she had a pretty good run.
Dun, dun.
Yep, CBR won't let me see it, man. So
Screw you, CBR.
So yeah, don't even bother, Wolfie.
I got an ad for, or I got an article for CBR. 15 things that we hate about your site, and none that we do that we like. Everything's 15. Who did 15? 15 this, 15 that. 15.
Most annoying.
Oh, is it tomorrow yet?
No.
My butt will be in a seat right now. Waiting.
Gimme. Speaking of Star Wars, not that we've mentioned it at any point in time.
Oh,
There,
yeah,
Tank.
oh.
There's a link that'll work.
So here's one of those texts from superheroes, and it has Rey and Luke texting each other. And Rey, it starts off with Rey. When I first grabbed your lightsaber, oh my, I heard a bunch of voices. Who were they? Luke, it was probably my old Jedi Masters, Obi-Wan or Yoda. Rey, you have voice recordings of them stored in your lightsaber? Luke, oh no, they're ghosts. They become one with the Force and are ghosts. Ghosts are real now? Yeah, if you hear them again, tell Obi-Wan he could have warned me about the signs of a crazy murderous apprentice. He also trained Darth Vader. So you Jedi are just terrible judges of character, huh? Oh, the worst. You can see why I'm scared to train you.
Also, speaking of Star Wars, Rey is not Iden Versio's daughter.
Also,
Told
Luke
you.
kills Dumbledore.
The update came out for Battlefront 2, and I watched all the cutscenes and everything, and her daughter is in the game.
Huh.
Right up until the point where it ends on another cliffhanger.
Stupid cliffhangers.
Also, I can't really say much against EA for this part because it was a free update, but it was just 3 missions.
I was like, really?
Dun, dun.
Also, for anyone who is attempting to use ResistBot right now to fight the FCC, it's getting kind of hammered, so it's a little slow.
I tell you what, on the other side of things, talk about the internet, I miss hard copies of games that you can install from a disc.
Right.
This ridiculous notion that, I mean, because anybody with a cap, anybody, when you're looking at upwards of 50 to 80 gigabytes of download for a game, that's ridiculous.
But it saves them a lot of money on the packaging and shipping.
They still package it. If you go to the store and you can buy a PC version of Battlefront and all these other games, and it's just a code inside the package.
Yeah, but they're not actually giving you a disc.
No, I wish they gave you the option to make a disc just in case something like what I had happen, and I don't have to go down. I don't have to re-download 60 gigabytes of stuff because it doesn't take that long. I think it's a 4-hour download, but it's still ridiculous. I mean, 60 gigabytes when you're looking at a 500 gigabyte cap for the month. It's like I do that in a day. I mean, just in Adobe programs alone, I did 85 in one day.
Well, that's just aggravating.
It is just aggravating. Thank you, Microsoft. Stupid updates and your stupidness.
Who'd we just lose?
Jim.
Jim, say goodbye. He'll be back. There he is. Hit the
That was
wrong button,
weird.
did you?
No, I didn't do anything. It just all of a sudden you started sounding like hip, but
Whoa.
and then I was gone.
We're going on the hour mark, and we have yet to talk about what we can speculate, but we're not going to spoil anything. I will not spoil anything because I actually know a couple of spoilers, and I will not spoil anything.
No, you don't really know any spoilers.
Oh no, I do.
No, you don't.
What are we talking about?
No,
The
don't.
last
You
Jim
are
Guy.
just.
No,
You're
you
egging him on.
think
Stop
you
it.
do.
Stop
No,
it.
I'm not going to say. I will not say it. I was the one who mistakenly listened to a couple of tracks from the soundtrack,
That doesn't
and
mean anything.
I will. No, dude.
I refuse to accept that it means anything. Shush.
Jim, you're just egging him on, trying to talk him into it. You're doing this reverse psychology thing. Stop it. You're
No, I'm
bad.
not
You
actually.
Feel bad.
No.
Like I'm just gonna say, don't listen to the soundtrack before you see the movie. Don't
I can
do
wait.
it. Well, thing is, I don't know how I don't know how he got a copy. Maybe because he had a hard copy of it. That's weird. Maybe he got his delivered early because it doesn't get released until Friday.
If he's any kind of reviewer or anything, they send a lot of that stuff out early.
Maybe, possibly. I know a few people I've seen where they're like, I've got it. It's like, why would you have it already when it's not supposed to ship until, well, maybe they shipped it thinking, oh, it'll get to them on the 15th, and they got it a day or two early. Either way, I know if you do that from Amazon, I've had stuff get to me early from Amazon.
Yeah, I've seen that happen.
I had a movie get delivered on a Monday, and I was like, well, haha, it wasn't supposed to be here till tomorrow, but
Amazon
I'm watching
keeps
it now.
screwing with me when I order stuff. I order stuff when my 2-day clock's still ticking down, and then it still ends up taking longer than that, and they change the times on me and stuff. I'm getting upset about it.
Well,
we should probably kind of swing things over to a couple other things we're going to talk about, like Patreon and their goof.
What's going on with the Patreon thing?
They backtracked. They changed.
I don't even know what happened.
Okay, so first things first. They were going to change the way their fee structure was going to be. And supposedly they had talked to creators about this and that creators were going to get more money, but people actually went over the numbers and it's like, actually, no, we're actually losing money on this. And Alistair, having done some Patreon stuff, could probably explain it better than I could.
So basically, as Patreon works now, and will continue to work at this point, if you subscribe to a patron, like I support 2 patrons at the $1 level because I ain't got much money. At the end of the month, or the beginning of the month, every one of you I get charged exactly $2. And there is I believe, a 5% fee that gets deducted out of that pays patron. And then everything else goes to the people I support. They were changing it so that we, the supporters, were covering the fee so that the patron, the people we were supporting, would get their actual full $1 bill. Problem was, they were going to charge the fee per pledge. Meaning my $2 became close to $3. Someone who supports 10 people at a $1 level is going to be paying close to $20. As you can see, it's not going to help a lot of people who are not doing too well but still want to support people. As a result, a lot of people dropped Patreon. A lot of people lost their supporters, which is a lot of people's ways of earning a living.
And now they're looking for other platforms.
Now, Patreon's backpedaled, but they've already kind of pissed in the water.
They lost
damage
the
is done.
goodwill. There's a lot of people saying that they won't go back to donating.
Which is going to hurt people who actually create and used it to make money.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
Way to go.
Supposedly the stats say most of the people on Patreon barely make minimum wage.
I mean, I had been considering doing, making my own page for it. I just haven't figured out with what yet. And now I'm like, I'm not so sure I want to do it.
Yeah, some people barely make it. For some people, it's just a means of added support. Like, the 2 guys I support, they earn maybe a couple $100 a month from it. Most of their stuff comes either through direct deals with developers, like they get sponsored for videos, or people who donate directly to them. Like, I'll watch a lot of their live streams, and people will donate hundreds of dollars to them on the spot. Wish I had that kind of money. Wish I had that kind of supporters. Not saying I'm jealous.
On a side note, my feet are cold.
Bad blood circulation, so
yeah.
everyone keeps yelling me.
I haven't logged into my Patreon account since no one was doing anything on it anyway, so it doesn't matter. I haven't done anything for it.
I've backed out of supporting a lot of artists because either they changed what they were doing, or in a couple of cases they stopped doing anything, period, and we're still taking donations.
Well, you really got burned by that one Kickstarter, right? Where you ordered a book and the guy's not shipping them to anybody, but he's selling them at conventions.
As far as I'm aware, he still never shipped them.
Yeah, we won't go down that road.
It's funny, Patreon wasn't helping. I mean, people were trying to use it and all that. And there's a kid on YouTube who made $11 million just reviewing toys. $11 million.
How can we get that kind of deal? That'd be great.
I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I don't understand how this. How? I want in on this.
Great. Now I'm going to have to give my cute little 6-year-old a YouTube channel.
Yeah,
Oh, kid, you got to make $11 million.
It's like, you know what? Here, we'll just start. I'll throw my 5-year-old boy, who just rambles incoherently 90% of the time anyway. I'll just give him a YouTube channel.
So, yep, I just checked that particular individual's Indiegogo, and yeah, he still hasn't sent out books. Also, apparently now he's blaming relationship problems for it. The books were supposed to be delivered October 2014.
Well, he actually posted something new about that in Indiegogo?
No, that's from a comment from somebody. His last update was December 2015, where he said he was sending out the books in a couple of weeks.
Well, he did comment briefly on Tumblr about having some relationship issues, and then he's deleted it since then. Because, it's probably not a good idea to, air your dirty laundry about your, marriage, as it were. Especially if you're trying to work things out.
Yeah, especially if you're, married to someone with legal background.
Basically, it was kind of a vent session, but all the same. It's like, I can see why you deleted it.
But yeah, as far as I can tell, he pretty much stole about $14,500 from nearly 500 people.
Well, look at it this way. On the bright side, I guess, he's nowhere near as bad as somebody who, I don't know, promises to make a movie and then doesn't. But, builds a studio. What?
We just got a new missive from him.
Wait, we did?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Big old steaming pile of it.
I'm curious. What's this missive?
Well, the latest one was that all the monies were burnt because of the lawsuit. Which...
The money was gone before the lawsuit. That's why you did another Kickstarter.
Well,
so now, without a finalized script, or wait, he's claiming it's locked, but it won't be locked again in a week. He's saying that he needs $150,000 to film his 2 little 15-minute segments.
I could do a whole season with that kind of money.
But without that kind of money, how is he going to replace his tires?
Or pay his girlfriend's phone bill.
Okay, we're delving into areas that... Back away, back off.
Dive in!
What?
Dive in!
Danger, Will Robinson, danger.
No.
Because honestly, I don't want to give him any more airtime than he already. I mean, he blows it
you're
up.
right. You're right.
We're not giving him airtime. Just, I mean, it is a
But
thing.
it
It is
just
affected geeks, and that's what that's all
my ass. The people like this that steal from their donors, just ruin it for those of us that are legit and just trying to get something done. And everyone goes, well, I'm kind of
That's the last time
sour
we
on
should
that
vote
whole
for
idea.
politicians. Oh crap!
Piece of advice.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Piece of advice. Rarely, if ever, should donate custom playing card decks on Kickstarter. At one point, they were like the biggest scam on the entire site.
Look at this, see why kids like Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
Because it rocks. You know, my wife got, what was it? Vanilla cinnamon Lucky Charms. I told her I'm going to have to break the diet.
Vanilla cinnamon.
I might have to do that on Saturday. Saturday will be my cheat day.
And by next week, Adam will weigh 400 pounds.
Nah. Dude, I'm doing really good on this.
Since we're on that subject, it's not really geeky, but it is medical stuff, and I do kind of want to get on kind of a bully pulpit about this real quick. All right, so I met with the docs and whatnot, and they talked about my blood tests and all that, and they said, yep, everything's looking good. You are a little higher on the the sugar levels. You're not diabetic, obviously, but you're 6.1, 6.9 and above starts getting into the pre-diabetics, whatever. So you just need to do a little more exercise, move around, whatever, and some change in diet. It's like, okay, no big deal. Well, so that's all the good news stuff. The bad news stuff is, for those of you listening in, and if you happen to be a veteran, and if you happen to be working, at a job that provides you insurance, guess what? If the VA tells you, if you call in with a problem and you can't get to a VA hospital, and they tell you, go to the emergency room, you're still going to pay. Not them. They will not pay. They will not pay because you have work insurance, and they should pay. And that's per, apparently, the law, the Veterans Millennium Healthcare and Benefits Act. As stated in the law, the VA is not legally able to consider payment to bills claims that have other insurance covers, regardless if this insurance pays the bill claim in total. The copayment from this insurance coverage falls to the holder of the insurance policy. Now, they did say there's been a recent decision by U.S. Court of Appeals for Veterans Claims that may change this policy, and in the future, they may do that. But as of right now, they're not legally able to consider payment on a bill, which means that I owe $500.
Shaking my damn head.
And that's, thanks to not the VA's fault. They're following the law. They have to do what the law says. That would be our wonderful elected officials. But when was this passed? HR 2116? Ugh. I don't know, but I don't think it's a recent thing. No, I was wrong.
When was it?
Nope. Okay, no, that's a different 2116. How can they reuse numbers? That's apparently the 2116 that was passed in 2017, 2018, Reclamation and Water Replenishment Act. That's not it. No, this is okay, here it is. 1999 to 2000 was when they passed that one. So, yeah. So keep in mind, veterans, if there's any of you listening in, yeah, VA's not going to cover you even if you have a legit case and they told you to go. Because the law says they don't have to. Not, like I said, not very geeky, but kind of important to cover. Just as other things that our legislation is kind of important. For example, there's a law that's been submitted to protect net neutrality.
Yep. It's only in the introductory phase, but it basically would not allow the FCC to revoke net neutrality.
Which is pretty much what's needed at this point. Matter of fact, let me find that real quick. That way, if you guys want to look it over, you're more than welcome to do so. Yeah, this is the boring part of the show, guys. But this is important stuff, as we've mentioned many times. Yeah, this is a very recent bill that was submitted. It was introduced December 7th. And you can actually call the representatives that are on the House Energy and Commerce Committee. That's where it's at right now. And where the hell did the link go? Oh, there it goes. HR 4585. We're passing the link out to you guys, either on YouTube and Twitch.
It's to prohibit the Federal Communications Commissions from relying on the notice of proposed rulemaking in the matter of restoring internet freedom to adopt, amend, revoke, or otherwise modify any rule of the Commission.
Keep in mind that the vote at the FCC to essentially gut net neutrality is to take place tomorrow.
And it is still kind of up in the air whether it'll happen or not. We have 2 confirmed yeses and 2 confirmed nos, and up in the air.
And the fact that we have, this bill that's in place, we have representatives, including Republicans, that are telling the FCC they need to postpone that. It's a good sign. We need to keep screaming about it.
Yeah, I don't think anybody really wants to go down again in history as someone who attempted to kill the internet.
Oh,
they're being
my
very quiet about it, though, on the news. I've noticed that. I mean, it hasn't been brought up like on CNN or.
Well, see, that's something that
and
all
why not?
of the news groups, because it, regardless of left or right, has got something in it because they're owned by companies.
Yep.
Or have direct ties to companies who want it to go away.
I know Ars Technica mentioned it.
Sure, but the thing is that last time this came around, they were talking about it. They were talking about it ahead of time. Now it's like almost nobody's talking about it. Even though there's a lot of screaming about it. Even Tumblr actually posted something, which surprised the hell out of me, because Verizon owns them.
Yeah, but they haven't posted anything about it in the past 6 months.
What are you talking about? They posted it just yesterday.
Oh, they haven't been on Tumblr in a couple days.
Or a couple days, I should say. And it was the FCC plans to kill net neutrality on December 14th. And they provided a link. Go to Battle for the Net to be connected to your congresspeople.
And there's also ResistBot, which I said ResistBot is being kind of swamped right now, so expect long waits.
Yeah, so this is definitely important. We should definitely be pushing them on this.
You find there will be some people out there finding their ways to become their own internet providers.
It's already happened.
Yes, I know.
Now, there is another point that can be made here. Let me bring it up real quick.
That's what we get for having a political science major on the show. Jesus Christ.
Oh, shut up, you. Shut up. It's not my fault that you haven't gotten beyond associate's degree. You should work on that.
You know what I don't have, though? Student debt.
I have an associate's, and I still have student debt.
That was sick burn.
This is true. I could raise the burn level, but I'm not
Let's
going
not
to.
start the burning, and I want to get to Star Wars.
Yeah, I'm
Don't
not going to
make me grab my flamethrower, boy.
Oh, it'll be on after the show. All right, so somebody pointed out, though, as a reminder to fellow gamers, this is important to you guys too, because this legislation could affect and harm gamers on not just multiplayer and campaign mode alike, but it'll set data caps, latency lags, endless buffering, and of course, it could hurt a lot of the gaming companies too. Even if they're able to get the top package for internet speeds, gamers who can't pay won't play, and then game companies will begin losing out not only on money and sales, but business opportunities because nobody can afford to play their games due to lack of internet connection. So,
Yep, all those people with games with always on DRM, we're looking at you.
Yeah, this affects you guys. You need to push on this. Yeah, I know we don't want to talk to people. That's why we're playing games, but you got to do it.
Yes.
So you are as affected as everybody else.
And I have a quick joke to segue into something else. A wife is talking to her husband. She tells him, I have a bag full of used clothing I'd like to donate. Husband asks her, why not just throw it in the trash? It'd be much easier. She replies, but these are poor, starving people who can really use these clothes. He looks at her and says, honey, anyone who fits into your clothing is not starving. He's still recovering from the head injury.
He can't have brought that on himself.
But
tish indeed.
Sick burn number 2.
Dun, 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 dun. So where are we going from here?
Thought you wanted to talk Star Wars, even though we're not
talk
supposed to talk Star Wars.
Well, we can there's other Star Wars things out there floating around in the interwebs on most of the geeky websites. I'm not going to go grab a link. You can go out there and look for it. I know Geek Tyrant has one, and a few other people have it. There is a very, very sweet animation done by, I think, the guys over at the Dave School, where they took Ralph McQuarrie's original drawings for Star Wars and used that as the basis for their animations.
The Star Wars animation?
Yes, it's Star Wars animation, and they used McQuarrie's concept paintings and brought those concept paintings to life.
No, I mean the Star Wars. That
yes,
right.
Star
and they
Wars,
did a trailer for the Star Wars.
The Star Wars, and it's phenomenal. It blew me away. I was like, you know what? Now I can see why the guys over at Fox, when they saw these drawings, were like, yeah, we're going to fund this. Because it was very well done. So well done. But now, it's really funny is how much the animation reminded me of Rebels.
Because they pulled a lot from Ralph McQuarrie.
Yes. So right down to Zeb. And when you see the Wookiee as designed by McQuarrie originally, it blew me away. I also posted a video, I think, to my Facebook page ages ago. Adam Savage had a video where he went to the guys that created his Chewbacca costume for him, and they got their hands on one of the original molds for Chewbacca, and they go through the process of how Chewbacca was created by Stuart Freeborn back in the mid-'70s, and how much of a genius that man really was. And it's a pretty neat thing to look through. So that's on Facebook on Adam Savage's tested page. It's out there. But 24 hours, and I will be watching what is being touted as the best Star Wars movie ever made. Unless, of course, you are... What was that one site? Wolfie, that was you who posted that, wasn't it?
What?
The one review of The Last Jedi where they trashed it?
Oh, yeah, on CNN.
Yeah, CNN. But then again, CNN doesn't like stories unless they make them up.
I'm sorry.
Number Fox?
What? Oh, both of them.
Let's not get too
I laugh, but I mean, CNN, well, then again, CNN is the only one I've seen. Everyone else has come out and said it is just phenomenal, and it made you laugh, you cry, it's phenomenal. George Lucas gave it his seal of approval, so I mean, I guess he had an issue with how many sets they built, though, which is kind of funny. It's like, why'd they build so many sets? Because Lucas, not everybody likes building everything on a green screen. Because when you watch the prequel trilogy on a 4K television, dude, it jumps out of you like it's like a smack in the face how bad some of the compositing is.
According to the tomato meter on Rotten Tomatoes, there are 11 rotten reviews when you look at all the critic reviews.
11.
If you switch to top critics, there's 2 rotten reviews.
Still, screw all those guys.
Yep. It's Star Wars. It's going to make billions of dollars.
But
Again,
there's no way to click and see what the reviews are. Oh, here we go. Here it is. Rotten.
Rotten Tomatoes, meh.
Yes, we saw. I mean, Rotten Tomatoes. Whereas there's a boon for those who get the certified fresh because of the power that we already talked about this, but the power that website has, it can destroy a really good film.
And has done so.
And has done so. And what's really sad is people go, oh, it's getting not so fresh, we're not going to go see it. They don't even read the reviews, they just look at the meter.
Those guys,
I was just looking to see what the bad reviews are. I wasn't like going after it based on that.
No, I know, but those guys are such a buzzkill. They really are.
I stopped reading reviews because 90% of these reviewers don't know how to review a movie without spoiling it.
It looks like the reviewer from the New Yorker didn't like it.
Well, yeah.
And the reviewer from Globe and Mail. Those are the two top critics that didn't like it.
The New Yorker. Even the people that write the New Yorker don't know what the New Yorker is about. It's the most pretentious magazine on the planet.
It is quite pretentious.
Like Forbes looks at the New Yorker and goes, "Oh, man."
I'm sorry, you really need to bring it down a notch.
It's like, what does this cartoon mean? I don't know. We really don't know. But I have tried to stay spoiler-free as much as possible. I know, Tank, you've done a much better job than I have. You don't even watch trailers unless it's in a movie theater.
If I can avoid it, yes. Sometimes they show up on Facebook and it's like, okay, just scroll fast, buy fast, so move on. So for the most part, I've done pretty good.
It's like that 5-year-old little me. It just woke up and just said, it's got to go. This is the first time I felt this excited in a long time. I mean,
I was more excited for Force Awakens, and it was a bitter disappointment.
It's just like I got this. I know Rogue One surprised me, and I felt that way after Rogue One, but now it's just like I got that. Come on.
Yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to it. Whereas most times, like, all right, I'll go watch the film, I'll get the ticket whenever. But no, I bought the ticket, and I'm definitely looking forward to it. And it's like, okay, is it Friday yet?
Adam, have you considered the possibility that this level of excitement is because of Rogue One and how it made us all feel?
Metacritic has it at 85, apparently.
I have returned.
How dare you?
Because I'm awesome.
No, it's not reading any reviews. I mistakenly listened to a couple of tracks from the soundtrack. That was dumb.
Not reading reviews. I mean, I thought I was making a mistake when I started watching the Battlefront 2 stuff. Fortunately, it ends right after Force Awakens. Nothing else is added.
I will have to go watch those.
I mean, the only spoiler, and it's something we've already seen in the trailers, basically, because we can infer it, is that the Resistance leaves the planet they're on in Force Awakens.
Yes.
And we get to see that new flagship.
Yes, and that is inferred in the trailers.
The flying boomerang.
Jeez.
No, not that flagship. The Resistance flagship.
Yeah, not the big pizza. Dun, 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 dun.
The flying gray turd.
The hype the hype is real. It's palpable at this point.
And here's the thing, I am excited, which is surprising me because something happened a couple months ago that pretty much crushed all of my interest in Star Wars. And I am slowly getting excited again.
The Cars have finally made the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
Out of left field comes Wolfie.
And that's a terrible segue. Going back
Sorry,
to Star
go
Wars.
on, Alistair. I apologize for interrupting.
Okay. Adam was saying something. You talked over him.
I did? What did I say?
I thought you said
that
something.
was.
No, he didn't.
What was it that
you.
killed your excitement?
It's a personal issue,
Oh,
so
okay.
I'm not going to go into it. But something
Okay.
did happen that just basically devastated my desire to do anything or watch anything Star Wars related.
Well, that's sad.
Yeah. I can segue into something from Star Wars, though.
If it has anything to do with the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
It does not, actually. It's something I've been wanting to talk about since the start of the show, because it is kind of sort of semi-breaking news. So breaking that if we were to go by the date that it was posted, even though it was posted in GMT time, it's from tomorrow.
That's pretty breaking.
Wow.
Yeah. It's actually posted today, but GMT.
I could see the future.
So we all know this guy who works in Star Wars named Mark Hamill, right?
Yes.
Who?
Yeah, well, he's also in a series of video games called Wing Commander. And as a result, he's also playing a role in the upcoming Star Citizen. That's my segue. So Star Citizen is being sued by Crytek. And yeah, they're being sued by Crytek because Crytek claims that they are still using the CryEngine without properly attributing Crytek like you're supposed to do when you use that engine. But there's a little bit of a caveat with that, and I know I mispronounced that word.
Caveat.
Caveat, there you go. See, Star Citizen uses Amazon's Lumberyard engine.
Which is a derivative.
Which is a derivative of the CryEngine that Amazon purchased all rights to. So, of course, there's going to be CryEngine code in Star Citizen because it's using the CryEngine, but not Crytek's CryEngine.
Well, CryEngine me a river.
So, basically, the response that it's Cloud Imperium Gaming that makes Star Citizen said is, we are aware of Crytek's complaint that they have filed in the U.S. District Court again. CIG hasn't used the Crytek engine for quite some time, since we switched to Amazon's Lumberyard. This is a meritless lawsuit, and we will defend it vigorously against, including recovering from Crytek any costs incurred in the matter. So basically they're saying, please, Crytek, go ahead and sue us. We're going to get paid for it.
Isn't Crytek nearly broke?
I think
Probably why they're doing it.
That's probably why they're doing it. They're probably hoping.
I was going to say, yeah.
They're probably hoping to settle out of court.
Well, I know because Crytek laid off a bunch of people who all went and signed up with CIG instead.
Also, speaking of Amazon, I
Yes.
used their Prime pantry for the first time, and one of the things I ordered was some soda, and there's nothing wrong with the soda, but just be prepared for it to kind of pop everywhere when you open it. It's a tad explosive.
They hired a
Explosive.
guy to shake all the sodas before they ship.
UPS guy's just kicking the box around in the back of the truck.
But no, it came in a couple of days.
Oh, there's a soda in this one. Kick.
It's like that old joke. A guy mails some pictures back from his trip and writes, "Pictures do not bend on him." He gets home and the envelope is crumbled up into a ball, and when he uncrumbles it, it says, "Yes, they do."
That's actually... I ordered a commission from an artist friend in England, and that included a actual physical print of the image to be mailed to me. And it was mailed to me, and it said very clearly, "Do not bend." They bent it to put it in the mailbox.
Oh no!
Maybe it needs to be marked with something a bit more noticeable. Do not beep bend.
So it managed
I'm
to
a
stay
scat man.
unbent until it got to you, and then the delivery guy bent it.
Because he
Yep.
wasn't paying attention, didn't care. Well, in developing news, I guess I will be in Des Moines Saturday.
Desmond?
No, it's not Des Moines or Des Moines, as apparently
Illinois.
the war gaming people want to call it.
Des Moines.
Get out.
Spoilers.
Yeah, I'll be there though because the comic that I was helping out the past year or so, called Ironclad, is finally to be published, and its premiere will be at the Icon in Des Moines on Saturday. It's a one-day convention, so if you happen to be living in the general vicinity, that's a place you can go to for $15.
Little man.
If you're a veteran, you get in free.
Oh, I was going to ask, so is this your first comped con appearance? But since you're a veteran, it doesn't really matter.
Well, no, it's not really. See, you don't pay if you're one of the people who are going there. You don't pay to do that. You pay for maybe the table. It's like you're not going as a convention goer.
So, I have to add this because a friend of mine at Tanks, BK, posted that Star Wars was tomorrow, and someone put a comment on that on Facebook that I think is something we need to share because it's something that we all need to think about because it's metaphysical. If you don't sleep from now until when you see Star Wars, does that mean you see Star Wars today?
Great, Adam's not going to sleep now.
You hurt my brain just now.
I don't think Adam sleeps
Ow.
anyways.
No, Adam doesn't sleep much. That's why on the weekends he crashes.
What is this sleep thing of which you speak?
It's an awful
Tank,
lot.
that
It's very
link
similar
is
to
for
being in a
you.
coma. It's very much like being in a coma, that's I mean to say. Only you come out of it a little sooner.
I actually cried watching that link, Wolfie,
Oh no, I don't wanna.
because
I
it's such a good-looking Lego model, and he destroys it.
He's going to be finding pieces of Lego in his lawn for the next decade. No, I am not watching that. That is a expensive model, and he just destroyed it. No, screw him.
Spoilers.
Des Moines.
It says right there he attached a rocket to it. Come on.
Des Moines.
It's over 3,000 pieces.
All I thought looking at that picture is I heard the song Unbreak My Heart in my head.
I'm sorry, I'm still stuck on Des Moines. How did you wait? It wasn't Des Moines. Is that what you said, Des Moines?
Yes, that's what people do. And I've done it too when
so
it's
you have
being
a
in front.
you have a Rendezvous in Des Moines?
No, it's Des Moines.
Yes.
Let's not get into this, otherwise we're going to have to bring Goodwin down here and have a discuss about how to properly say Quebec.
Quebec.
The stupid part of Canada.
Oh.
I'm sorry.
I'm going to bring Goodwin down here now.
Yeah, you might want to bring Goodwin down here.
Piece of advice, Adam: don't call Goodwin a Quebecois.
Really?
Or a Quebecer.
He doesn't sound like Quebecois.
Because he lives on an island isolated from the rest of the mindless horde.
I will never. No, see, I honestly don't know enough about Canada to get some of the jokes about Quebec and Canada.
But he has French blood, so he's Quebecois.
Yes.
Yeah, just don't.
Don't.
The amount of shade that man can throw.
I did not realize that the. I mean, I don't know how it is now, but I know 25 years ago when I heard the joke the first time from somebody from Canada. I didn't get it because it made no sense. I just thought I was a sick burn where the aliens came down to some guy fishing on a lake in Canada and they wanted to do experiments. So they took a piece of his brain and the dude kept singing the song he was singing, Isa Biza fishing for Eliza. And they're like, oh, that's weird. So they took another quarter. They took a quarter the first time. They took another quarter. So he's got half a brain left. He's still singing Isa Biza fishing for Eliza. And they thought it was amazing. They took another quarter, left him with a quarter of a brain, and he kept singing, Isa buys fishing for Eliza. So they took the last part of his brain, and he started singing, Alouette, Jonty, Alouette. I thought that was really wrong. I was like, that's just a sick burn. I didn't realize there was such bad blood between the Quebecois and the Canadians.
Well, the Quebecois want to be independent.
The French Quebecians.
They don't like the Queen of England on their money.
You know, now looking at this slow-mo of the Superstar Destroyer being...
Do we have brain dead?
That's what should have happened when it hit the Death Star.
I'm not watching it.
Skadoosh.
Oh, it goes skadoosh.
It is just Lego. Come on, guys.
Yes, I know, but it's still, I mean, just the time involved. Like watching Spider-Man where he drops the Death Star.
Okay, at least that was, still kind of contained in the room.
Yeah, but you know what? Still, built Legos with my kids and having bought them and know how much, the things are outrageously priced. The price point on Legos, I have got to see.
Explodes.
When I'd love to see the numbers breakdown on how much it actually costs to make a single 1-inch. What is it? The 6-pane Legos. Just one of those. I want to see what the price point on that is. And when you're thinking 3,000, 4,000 of them in a kit, add that all up and see what it is. Then you put in packaging and all that, which is
depends
dirt.
on the kit. It's not 3,000 is not normal.
Yeah, I know. Though I'm talking the larger kits, like the Death Star and some of the larger ones
that cost $500 plus.
Yeah, the $600 ones that cost. I mean, even though what was it the AT-AT? It's $150.
Well, my Star Destroyer was about $150, and I even got it on sale.
And having been in the production world and done toys, of course, it was years ago, decades ago at this point. But even then, I knew the markups on action figures and stuff were insane. Because
it's also plastic, though. That price has definitely gone up. Although I would be curious to know what is the markup.
I mean, even today, I still keep in contact with some of the companies in China because I had originally planned on doing some sculptures and having them mass produced. Still want to, but I've kept in contact with them. And to do a cold cast porcelain bust, like a mini bust, which run anywhere between, I think you can get them for between 50 to 60 to a couple $100 at comic stores and things like that. And those are marked up by the comic stores. I mean, the suggested retail on them is usually in the mid-range, and they're somewhere in the $80, $90. For me to produce 100 of them, just 100, a limited run of 100, the entire process, mold making and all that, would bring the price point per sculpture to less than 75 cents. You add the package. If you want custom packaging, I think it brings the price to $1.50, $1.60. And I'm thinking, okay, that's ridiculous. Because even if you add marketing and all that stuff to it and shipping, it is nowhere. I mean, the how much money you're making back off of this is insane. And this is just a smaller company. This isn't one of the larger ones in China. So I'm just curious.
Well, the way
how much it costs.
That is that what you could do. I mean, you buy it outright for what however much of a batch and all that. And then you can just charge however much you want because that's the only ones that exist. Especially if it's a custom thing. As long as you don't get stupid, and as long as it makes back money and gives you at least a profit. But I know that's not what everybody does.
Nope. Either way. Holy cow, it's almost 11 o'clock. I'll be halfway through Star Wars tomorrow.
I guess it's time for last call.
Yeah, last call. We'll call it. Because we're just rambling at this point. Because I want to talk Star Wars and I want to, but we're not going to. But I will warn you that it might not happen next week, but the week after that, we're spoiling the crap out of that film.
Yeah, let me get to see it, okay?
Yeah, no. I mean, there's usually a 2-week kind of period.
Yeah, that sounds good. Yeah.
After 2 weeks, if you haven't seen it, it's your fault.
Yep.
No, we've usually not waited that long.
No, we spoiled Rogue One right away. Anybody? Last call? Anything?
Well, I got the final 6 episodes for season 1 of Discovery.
Do it.
All right, I'm gonna hit play here. I had this window sitting open on my Facebook for a while now. Despite Yourself is the next episode. Episode 11 is The Wolf Inside. And episode
Jack.
12 is Vaulting Ambition. 13 is What's Past is Prologue. 14 is The War Without, The War Within. 15 is Will You Take My Hand? Question mark.
Where would you like me to take it?
Out to dinner. To the movies?
I
No.
don't think we're going to get an answer.
No.
Okay.
So, do you think The Wolf Within is a Red Jack episode?
Oh God, I hope not. Red Jack, Red Jack, Red Jack.
Oh, good Lord.
The start. I will say the TOS the Halloween episodes were not the greatest.
Wolf in the Feld never bothered me. The one with the chicken puppets I don't like. Cat's Paw.
Yeah. Cat's Paw was just freaking weird.
That's terrible.
Yeah, I think the one that rates up there with the Cat's Paw for me is the one where you find out about Kirk's brother and the big rubbery things they threw it. I mean, you could tell there was a guy offset to throw
Operation Annihilate.
Yes. It's just these things just come flying from off screen.
That flying fried egg. Yeah.
Oh my God.
And then hang on the wall and go. What are they calling a cat? What the hell?
Well, you do have to deal with those things in Star Trek Online. As a side note, they're kind of annoying.
They were annoying in the show, so there you go.
And speaking of Star Trek Online, they're doing the winter event right now. Which, the winter event for Star Trek Online has progressively gotten better. Tade mentioned this a day or two ago, outside of the show, obviously. And he says it's the thing he looks forward to the most. And I have to admit, it is definitely a lot of fun, especially considering that they do keep adding to it and improving it. And this year they added, for a little context, the Winter Wonderland is created by Q. This is what is the winter event in Star Trek Online. And Q's like, hey, I'm totally down for this whole, merriness and jolliment, whatever. But he kind of puts his own spin on things. So when you go into the Winter Wonderland, there are living gingerbread men and animated snowmen and assimilated snowmen, which doesn't make sense, but whatever. And gummy fish that you literally punch the ice to fish out of the water. And then you fight
Klingon ice fishing?
Yes, Klingon ice fishing, which was really fun when it came out, and it still is fun. And then you have this year the Krampiri. It's the Krampus mixed with the Valkyrie from the Klingons. He's a complete and utter jerk. He will throw coal at you.
Naughty.
Yes, and he declares you're all naughty. Everybody has been naughty this year. And he will hit you with a switch and throw coal at you. And if he's really targeting you, he will literally jump on you and put you in a basket.
Really?
Yes.
Why?
Because he's the Krampiri.
Oh.
He's a jerk like that.
Hey, then.
Well, you got to keep in mind, the Krampus, as I understand it, the legend goes, is that the Krampus will, take, was it maidens or naughty children, one of the two.
He puts naughty children in his basket.
Yes.
And takes them. There's different versions. In some versions, he eats them. I don't know.
Yeah, essentially that's what's happening here. He's literally jumping on you and putting you in his basket. He's not running off with you. He's just literally covering you up in the basket. Also, he has little minions that he can summon called tortured elves. To be honest, Q's kind of messed up. Like a lot.
Oh, and the snowmen and the gingerbread men are at war.
Yes, because they keep building their village. I don't know about keep building, but they built their village in snowman territory, and the Snow Overlord is not appreciative of this.
The Snow Overlord. I was very. They call it the Snow Overlord. I'm very upset that they didn't call it the Snow Overlord.
They really should have.
Last year they had the Snowconian.
They still have the Snowconian.
Oh, they did?
Oh yeah, you still have that event.
Yeah, he fights the Snoverlord.
Yeah, you can still do that.
Oh God! It went from Operation Annihilate to Cat's Paw being the next episode. I'm surprised Star Trek survived that.
It's kind of surprising Star Trek survived at all if you think about it.
I'm trying to think if I have any last call. Well, I let's see. It's more of a video on Facebook. If you're on Facebook, and I'm sure everybody's seen it now, the little girl encouraging the dog for pooping. That's a great video.
That's awesome.
Great job pooping.
Great job pooping.
There was something else, and I can't remember. Crud. I just had it, and you guys started rambling, and I lost it. Oh, well. I'll remember it after the show. Anybody else?
Okay. Anyway.
I don't think I got anything this week.
Well, then.
We have basically 1 week, 1 show left. And then we go on vacation, don't we?
I think so.
'Cause we usually do our end of the year vacation and then start up either the first or second week of January.
Yeah, we can. Yeah, the 20th will be our last show in 2017, and then we usually pick up the second week in January. So we'll be looking at January.
I really feel we should probably be spoiling Star Wars next week
10th.
because, 2 weeks after that, we're gonna be, we'll still be excited and all that, but it just won't have that fresh review feeling.
Well, we could always, I don't know. We could come back on the 3rd, just take a week off. We'll discuss it after the show. But
we'll work it out.
we usually take a short hiatus, and then we get off our hiatus. And
Oh, I should make a quick mention of this. This will be my last call.
okay, last call for Tank.
Yep, last call for me. Let me go ahead and just pull this up. It's in Steam now. So I've been kind of working off and on in Tabletop Simulator. And eventually it's going to be used, and I've got a different one for our group, but I did make a something to be published for others to use. It is a Star Trek Adventures table. So you could play the Star Trek Adventures tabletop role-playing game in Tabletop Simulator with pretty much everything that you would need. As far as I can tell, anyway. And there's the link to it. And in that link, because of the fact that we have the Geek Easy logo in with this table, I have also tied it to the Geek Easy Twitch and YouTube links, as well as a link to Adam's website. Because he created the logo, thereby he must be credited.
Oh, thank you.
It's the only right thing to do. But this comes with a GM screen. It comes with dice that are actually color accurate now. And comes with tokens. It comes with kind of table things for the players to use. reference cards. It comes with pretty much everything that is really needed for the game. Even if you were able to take this from Tabletop Simulator and put it in the real world, you'd have everything and more.
Excellent.
And I even made the players' little table areas look like LCARS menus.
Yeah, I see them.
They don't work, but I did repurpose a GM screen from the Star Wars Edge of the Empire, but why reinvent the wheel? Somebody already made a screen. Might as well use it.
Go ahead.
Go ahead with what?
Using their...
Yeah, I've already said it. I've covered everything, man.
All right.
It? Okay.
Yeah, that's it. I mean,
we're done. We're out. We'll be back next week. Possibly, well, next week will be our last show, 2017, like we just said. We'll see. We might spoil it, we might not spoil it.
Actually, Firefly had a last call for us.
What's that? Uh-oh.
For fighting game fans, Street Fighter's 30th anniversary. That's true. That they are releasing the comics for that.
Chun-Li.
And they've released new stuff for Street Fighter 5 to include, you got Sakura, and I think Cammy, and Blanca. I mean, they're bringing in a whole bunch of characters in it, so...
Cool.
Yeah. And it looks good. It looks really good, so...
Street Fighter, how to fight in a song and not show everything.
It's a rare talent, man.
It is a rare talent.
I'm pretty sure that's Final Fight.
That's true. I don't think there was any thong wearing in Street Fighter.
No, it was... Yes.
Cammy didn't wear a thong.
No.
Oh.
She just
it's a
wore
bodysuit.
A leotard that was very, very, very tight in the ass.
All right. Could have sworn
not a thong.
Chun-Li had a thong on.
Are you trying to say she was a tight ass? Is that what you're trying to say?
She is British.
That's a stiff upper lip, not a tight ass.
You know, a tight ass will give you a stiff upper lip.
And on that note, we're out of here. Everybody say goodnight. We're leaving. Doors are closing. Lights are off.
Good night.
Good night.
Goodbye.